The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Hump day. I had to figure out what day it was.
You're having a hard time.
These days are messing me up, man. You're looking live at a very decorate. Everybody's pitching tents today. What's going on?
Excuse me?
Pitching tents out there. Look out there. Look on the screen, Kurt. Looking live at Tostitos.
He wasn't raised that way around tents and stuff like that. You know?
Oh, he knows what a pitch tent is. He's got 5 kids. Looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center at the Star of Frisco, where it's trying to be fall, but it's just not quite there yet. 84 degrees. The high is 88. The low is 64.
In the back, welcome back, Chris Beam.
Welcome back.
My boy,
Yes,
Kurt.
sir.
This is Shannon. And that's Nate. That's a 9. That's a 10.
That's 11. That's
a 12.
And let me say this right here before we get started. No, let me say this
Let
before we
him
get
finish.
started. Let me say this
Let
before
him
we get
finish.
started.
Let his
spiel go out.
Hurry up.
Let him hurry up.
I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hangin' with the Boys. That's more equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Where are the wings at today, Jess?
Long morning.
Okay,
We'll
go ahead.
Friday.
Go ahead,
We'll get them
Nate.
Friday.
Were you busy?
Yes.
Were you busy as?
Man, I just been busier than Jesse Holly at the trailer park with a case of wings.
And that's not me or my family.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That was this morning.
What you
was
got,
good.
Nate? What's on your chest? Your mind?
No, man. I thought about this. I don't even remember the dude's name yesterday.
Barrington. I got you.
Yeah, the dude.
Jesse, let's forget that.
Yeah. Jess can laugh all he want, but my thing is this right here. And I called Shannon. I said, Shannon, you know what? Now, we kind of asked for that. You know, this dude been waiting 2 or 3 years to get on the show and come at me. You know, let me build everybody else up, but then he want to throw Shannon to come on at me. Don't go at Shannon. Shannon is who he is. But yeah, if you feel like what I'm saying is not appropriate or not what you think it is, it's okay. Other people love it. I mean, you just 1 out of a million, my brother. So call in again. We're not going to computerize you and throw you off the show.
Now you're taking a shot at me.
Yeah.
What did I do to you?
No. I'm just saying that's what I thought about. Like, we got a list. It doesn't consist of one that can't call this show no more, and that's computer.
Oh, he's back in. If
He's
Jesse
back in.
can have Barrington, I can have.
No. Bring Barrington back in, man. I mean, maybe what he said will make a difference in what the Cowboy does, but it probably won't because it don't make a difference in what I say. So
Well.
it's all good. Barrington, good man. You got your thoughts, and I respect that. I would not go at you in a joking, in a funny way and try to degrade you, and I apologize for saying the ignorant things that I said. You have a good day now, and that's a 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Signing off.
Yes.
Now hang with us. Don't leave.
No.
Okay. All right.
We got to talk. I can't talk smart football. That's what my.
Stop.
See?
I thought it.
See?
Look, I thought it was great. I thought it was. We
I
asked
thought it
for
was-
it. The show where you can be
Yeah,
whoever
be
you want to
whoever
be.
you
That's
wanna
what y'all
be.
asked for.
If you want to call in and come at us,
Come at
come
Big
on.
Newt. Come on.
I know that.
Don't go at Jesse.
Some of the things I ask are stupid.
Listen, don't come.
I
I'll block you.
understand.
So, say what I'm not apologizing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
This
Yeah, I'm
show's not for
apologize.
everybody. But you know what? As long as you're listening, we get them clicks and views.
That's
Come
all we
on,
need
come
from
on.
you.
Come on, bring
Yeah.
it.
And don't tap my picture. Just mark yourself off. Yeah, mark yourself off the picture. Mark yourself off the picture, but keep Big Newt. Yeah. Show your kids.
There you go. All right. Well, fellas, Kurt,
Yes.
give us an injury update, as if we don't have enough.
And the players that are replacing these injured players.
man,
Go
So
way down the list.
no cooks in the kitchen here.
Oh.
Brandin Cooks is out with a knee infection. Had a little operation, surgical procedure after the Giants game. developed a infection out of that.
Which is crazy because no one heard about this.
No.
Like he stayed in New York.
Yeah.
And it's very strange to stay on a road trip where you're. So does that mean it
wasn't
was
team doctors? It was his own.
So his doctor is in New York.
I
That's
guess,
why he
apparently,
stayed.
or
That's
specialist or something.
weird too, because usually you come back to the. So is it something that like flared up and got really bad where he had to have like emergency surgery?
Chris Beam, you're the one that boots on the ground.
Yeah. Notice anything weird? No comment.
All right, no comment. Thanks.
And just, I don't know if this means anything, but Calvin Watkins is reporting that Dalvin Cook is not at practice today.
Man, what is going on around here? It's like
honestly,
the Twilight Zone.
And so also this is to be, one of the reasons why we probably, this is kind of, I might need to apologize for this. One of the reasons why we might not see Dalvin Cook this week, or as Jerry already said, we won't see him, is you only get to bring up 2 guys per week from the practice squad to elevate 2 guys. So when you're thinking about, you already lost, you're losing Micah and Tank. So you got to elevate some guys to help fill that role. And then now you have Brandin Cooks. So I don't know if there's even room to elevate him from the practice squad because you have other needs on your defense and now in your receiver room, which probably means elevation of Ryan Flournoy for the receivers. And, if they're going to sign KJ, they signed KJ Henry. If they're going to elevate, they're going to bring him on for a roster spot and then find some other guys. So it's that could be another reason why you won't see Dalvin Cook this week.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Very thin roster for it to be week 5. Usually these are issues you have and they're a little more spaced out and and it's not your key guys.
They've been pretty healthy here in the last season.
Did you mention these guys' names?
No. More than usual. No.
All right.
Blame me for this.
So what does that, Jesse, what does that do real quick before we get into Cowboys versus Steelers? What does that do to your receiver room? Like what
it was
a lot of people are going to be like, well, he wasn't doing anything anyway, but that's still your number 2 receiver, right?
Despite what his productivity may have been, what people fail to realize sometimes is there is a value on guys knowing where to be, how to line up. You don't have to direct him to go in there. He knows coverages. He knows adjustments. So sometimes not getting open is one thing, but now when you have to now insert a Ryan Flournoy or a Kevontae Turpin or whoever's going to fill that 3rd spot, because I believe you're going to move Jalen Tolbert up to the number 2 officially. Now there's another guy that you have to put on a football field who, and Dak's thing is like, does he know what to do?
You don't have the trust there, right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, does he know what to line up? Are we seeing the same coverage? You know what I mean? Like, and that has so much value of just being able to know where guys know what they're supposed to be doing.
Where are these guys in Dak's backyard in the offseason? Do they know where to, instead of breaking one off at 7 yards, break it off at 6 because the coverage is.
It's so much, man. That like it's those small things of knowing down and distance, knowing the clock, knowing when to get out of bounds, knowing when to, what does that safety do? Like those type of things that inner working, the game within the game, is what you lose when you have to go to a guy off your practice squad.
But the advantage they had, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But a small advantage they had was a lot of these guys was getting number 2 and number 3 reps during training camp. And I know it's totally different, but they have at least worked with Dak and they've had some experience in the game. I feel like this right here. That number 1, ain't that your man?
That's my dude.
That's your man. And I'm thinking number 1 saying, you know what? Everybody else may be a little bit down, but he probably calling his mama and his girl saying, "Look out!
I'm about to play.
Breakout, this is my breakout week.
Let me get you them tickets. Get me on that plane.
I hope so.
I hope more catches.
I'm gonna keep saying this right here, man. It is a soft rebuild, and those people over there, the coaches, may be panicking, but I don't think them folks up above our head because it's probably his office right above our head. I don't think they panicking. It is what it is. Put these young
we know
boys
he's here.
in.
The helicopter's out in the field
Yeah.
today, so he's here.
He's here. Probably
Papa's here.
Probably to bring in KJ.
I don't know if KJ's.
He's probably gonna have him.
I don't know if KJ's worth for.
I'm gonna say
I don't know if KJ's worth for the helicopter ride.
In the news. Like, KJ. Yeah, KJ. Hey, glad to have you, baby.
You know what?
You the biggest thing popping today.
It never. To me, I don't know about y'all, but it never gets old. Seeing the helicopter.
The helicopter, yeah.
Seeing when it comes in, I used to get up. I'd hear it coming. No matter how many times I saw it, I don't know if it's because I was from a small town. We had a little bitty airport. I used to go watch the planes land in Monroe, Louisiana. That was my entertainment when I was a kid. But it never gets old, man.
It's got to be weird. Those guys are out there warming up. And they're on the field.
But this is what we're talking about. This is the spectacle of the Dallas Cowboys.
The star.
Right? Think about that. I'm getting ready to get. I'm trying to get locked in and focused for practice. Big game up and.
For those who don't know, the helicopter literally lands next, like on the second field, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
The thing,
20 feet from the building.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Everson was between shows. Everson standing out there. I'm standing out there. And he said, man, they go to helicopter. He said, I wonder where Jerry at. I say, you know what? I say, you wondering about the wrong thing. Because I say, look at the field. Look at this building. Look at that helicopter. Look at those prayers. Jerry's everywhere. Yeah. If you get what I'm saying.
He's omniscient and omnipresent.
There you go, bro. I said he's everywhere. He said, yeah, you're right. He is everywhere.
I used to enjoy on draft day. He talked about is the helicopter is KJ helicopter worthy. Like on the draft picks, there were levels, right?
Yeah.
Like. The plane goes. Jerry's plane would go get you if you were at a certain level.
Yeah.
Then you would just fly commercial
class.
first class if you were at a second level, and then the bus would come pick you up at the public airport, or there's different levels to that stuff.
You would get off the public plane and get the helicopter. You know what I'm saying? Take
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like if you fly commercial, and you take the bus, and you just,
you better impress some folks.
Like,
you better need to impress them.
Good luck.
Probably, you probably.
So where did you fit?
Lower first round. Oh, I was just happy to be here, man. I'll tell you my probably most memorable bus trip.
Right.
Was when we went to pick up Taco, and we picked him up on the bus. I think him and his mom and his dad were at the Gaylord is where they were staying.
How'd they fly him in?
And I don't remember how they got him in, but that's where we went and picked him up. And they got on the bus, and you sit and you talk to the players, and there's somebody from PRs, usually Scott Agulnik, and then you'd have a photographer, and then you have some videographers, and the crew grew.
I was here. I was on this bus ride. I remember this.
Digital media got bigger and bigger. The crew grows, right? You went from one social person to probably two, and then you got one camera guy, and then you got a video guy and a camera guy. So we get on. We're all talking, and the family. And I realized his parents were younger than me, and I was like, "I'm old. I'm officially old." That our first round draft pick, his parent, and then that was my most memorable of all the stuff I've done. That's the one thing that just stands out to me is like that's
what did it make it about you, Shannon?
Realize I was old. That's what I do on this show. I ask stupid questions and make the show about me. I'm just like Jesse Holly, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
I own it. I'm never going to shy away from it.
All right, let's take our first break now that we haven't talked about any Cowboys versus Steelers.
We talked about everything versus Cowboys. Like this is Cowboys
not
related.
Cowboys Steelers.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about that when we come back. The second segment, Hanging with the Boys.
Hey Cowboys fans, as official whiskey sponsor of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. And that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yeah.
Cowboys Nation.
Oh.
Get ready for the ultimate game day experience. Thanks to 7-Eleven, you can win a VIP experience to the Cowboys versus Bengals showdown on December the 9th. Just text Cowboys VIP to 711-711 for your chance to win premium club tickets, sideline passes, travel, and more. Don't miss out. Enter now. No purchase necessary. Ends on 11/20. Must be 18 or older in the U.S. D.C. Void where prohibited. Message and data rates may apply. Visit bit.ly/go711-711 for full details and non-text entry. There we go. All right, Cowboys versus Steelers. Cowboys offense. Kurt provided a great stat here. And we have questions. Dallas has had 50 third downs so far this season, but only 11 of them have been 3 yards or less. They've had 13 third downs of 11 yards or more. Is there something they can do different? They're converting 40% overall, but what's causing them to be third and long so much? Is it the lack of the running game? Is it play calling? How are they getting behind the chains so much?
I brought up a stat a week or two ago, and it talked about the way that analytics determines what a successful run is. And so if you got 1st and 10, they say that if you get 4 yards on first down, right? So 40% success rate on first down, like that's success. And then to make second down a success, you have to get half of what's left over. So 6 yards are left over. So if you get on second down at least 3 yards, they deem that a success run, which ultimately will put you in 3rd and 3. And that's where you want to be. And the Cowboys ranked their running backs the way they ranked that. At that time, when I said the stat, Lil Tink Tink had 0%. Like he was at 0. Zeke was
who's Lil Tink Tink?
What's Lil Tink Tink? Deuce. Lil Tink Tink. Tink Tink had 0% of success rate on average. Zeke was at 26% success rate per that, and then Rico was 44%.
All under 50%.
All under 50%. So you wonder why you get to that 3rd and long is because you can't generate anything successful on those early downs that put you in 3rd and short.
So Jesse gave you the analytics of it. Our offensive line ain't that good. Bottom line. Okay, go ahead on, Jesse. Continue on.
And our offensive line isn't that good.
See, wow.
All right, so question.
But let me say this. Yeah. But this also goes back to the thing that we talked about yesterday and last month and last year and the year before that and the year before that is, what are the creative ways that we're allowing this offense to get easier yards? And that has been the struggle. And this year, more often than not, when you look at the metrics and how things are being produced, the Cowboys are at the bottom, meaning the worst at the pre-snap motions, the worst at gaining yards on first down, the worst on having these successful separation rates, the run expected, winning. The Cowboys have been at the lowest with that all season long. So yes, it's a combination of you don't have good runners, you don't have a good offensive line, you're not threatening anyone down the field to make guys have to back off, and you also don't have an offense that people look at anymore and say, this is an offense that we fear. And so everything feels like a strain. It feels like I call it a max rep. Like you know what I'm saying? When you're working out, you know,
and you at number 8, and they want 2 more.
Boy, you know what I'm saying? And that weight heavy, and you start shaking like
ain't got it
man, and you start shaking like a stripper underneath that weight because I got to get this weight. Everything feels like that. On first down, it feels like that. And so the Cowboys have to generate somehow, some way. And now with the absence of Brandin Cooks, will be gone, and it's a difficult
just compounding issue after issue. So Nate, you brought that up since week 1, week 2, because week 1 we didn't really know what we had. Right, the offensive line is causing it's a trickle down effect, and it's causing all these other issues. Right, if you had, and I know our old coach didn't deal in hypotheticals. We deal in hypotheticals on this show because that's what we do, right? We say, hey, what if this, and this? If you had a good offensive line, a good to very good offensive line, would the run game look?
Without
do you think
a doubt.
It looked different, even with this running back by committee?
Even last year when we were starting out, we were struggling. Then Dak caught fire, and the rest of the team fell in behind him. But we also kind of got our offensive line together. These guys are not on the same page. This guy is way ahead of this guy behind. It's not running in rhythm. And like I tell people, you can go to first down and go 4 wideouts, and you can spread everything out. You still got to deal with the 3 down linemen because they run a 3-4. You still got to deal with the 3 down linemen and the 2 inside linebackers. You still got to deal with it, man on man with the rhythm block. Whether you smash block, one-on-one block, or whether you stretch and zone and be in rhythm, you still got to deal with these guys on first down. So I agree with the analytics Jesse's talking about. But see, that's what I keep trying to tell people. Analytics have nothing to do with me. I'm either good enough to fulfill those analytics and make those analytics true, or I'm not. And if I'm not good enough, we'll be, Jesse will throw some more stuff at you in a minute. Well, if we do this right in press situation, I mean, it can go all over the place. Numbers come from humans. Numbers don't set humans.
Ooh, I like that. That's so deep. Well, let's go to break.
No, that was asinine. That was asinine. 10, and 11 and 12.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. So I like that.
So based on that, if the offensive line can improve and start gelling and start,
I mean, like this game. You mean this? It's got to this game. If it don't, this game is over. So but go ahead on.
This could mesh into a better running game if the offensive line gets better. So, all hope is not lost. This isn't what we're stuck with for the whole season.
Jesse will tell you, and I will tell you, and anybody that knows football, that's been the way of life forever. If you give any offensive coordinator 4 yards on the first play, whether it's a screen, whether it's a run, whether it's a short pass, a slant, if you can give me 4 yards, now I can dictate to you and do anything I want to you. But if it's 3 yards, you're almost set on what you're going to do next. You're going to throw that ball. So it's
crazy what a yard makes, right?
Yeah, people just putting numbers to it now. Everybody finding a way to get paid, which whoever came up with the analytics thing, boy, I bet they call for us a fool.
All right, so to back that up before we go to the next point.
Back what up?
That thing up. That point up. So you needed 4 to 5 games to know what this thing is.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle of that.
We're in the middle of it.
We're right here. Do you think this offensive line can improve this season, or is what we've seen through 4 games what this offensive line is?
The 2 games that I've seen, this team here, Pittsburgh, they got active defensive linemen. They got very, very active defensive linemen, along with a nice linebacker, man. What's the big kid? Patrick Queen.
See how he's skirting that question?
He's
skirting that answer.
This is a tough week to try to improve your offensive line. They got one of the best defensive lines.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't mean just this week.
And I watched them against the Colts, and the Colts got a nice left guard, Nelson, and he was going against Cameron. Boy, them boys, they were battling like Martin and my boy, the big hog that used to play for
Aaron Donald.
No. The big dude from Philadelphia. Remember the big dude? I used to love to death.
Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, they were battling. They were, man, but they whole defensive line, all three of them, 97, 95, 99, they'll make plays. They'll make plays. If you don't stay on these blocks, they'll make plays. And then we ain't got to even talk about number 99. That dude, he's active. He moves
number
around.
90?
Number 90, excuse me. He plays within the...
His brother was 99.
His movements are not sporadic, where we'll see sometime number 11 take himself so far out of a play, whereas number 90, he's more, you see him jump somewhere, but he always able to kind of feel himself back, understanding the defense is probably what I'm trying to say. He'll do something wild, but next thing you know, he got a sack. He already has 3 of them. The team has 11, but he's just so much more under control, but he's been in his defense, what? 6 years, yeah. So he, it ain't like he done had 8 defensive coordinators. So, but anyway, man, I answer your question.
Yes, please.
This offensive line got to grow up quick, like yesterday, because right now they're not very good. They got to grow up quick.
So in the next week or two, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Either you're making
man.
progress, or that's what you're going to be this year.
Yes, right? and wow.
Is it? I mean, we've talked about in the past how, I mean, you don't need 5 first-round picks on your offensive line, and we've got 2 Pro Bowlers, 1 potential Hall of Famer, another guy he's up and down. So you would think they'd maybe be better than they are, but these 2 rookies, is that dragging everything down?
And the other guy,
there's so many levels. Like, you're into music, right? Then you play an instrument. You play.
Yeah,
but I started. Yes. Well, he played an instrument. He knows one instrument. Yeah. But like,
I'm so glad I didn't.
So Chris is in the back, right? And we've all been in that office. And you look at Chris has got audio. My boy, Chris got audio. He got levels and all that kind of stuff. Yes. And so sometimes I talk louder than what Shannon talks.
I back up off the mic.
You back up off the mic.
Yeah.
We sometimes don't get any words out of you at all, but you my boy. So
is that a compliment?
Get that butterscotch candy and peppermints out.
And so when Chris is working his boards, the levels are all over the place. Right. But he's trying to balance it out. Right? You tracking where I'm going?
Yeah.
That's what this offensive line is.
Yeah.
He's trying to equalize. There's so many levels in this offensive line, and they just hadn't found a way to equalize it just yet. Because your left tackle could be down here. Your left guard can be up here. Your center can sometimes he can be toggling between up and down. Your right guard is kind of steady Eddie, but he'll have his moments, and then you don't know what your left guard is going to be. So you're your right tackle, excuse me. And so now you're trying to figure out how I'm going to produce this thing and make this thing harmonious. But everybody's all over the place. And that's the one place Nate, you talk about it, fit like a glove.
Yes, sir.
I need all these guys to be able to fit into this glove and have this camaraderie, this unison, this cohesiveness that they just have not found. And it makes it so difficult as a play caller, as a play runner, and as a running back to figure out, boy, where are the levels at here? We running left, but the last time we ran left, my left tackle gave up, right? Last time we ran left, my left guard gave up this. We go the opposite way. Well, there's no running. So there's this inability to find the equal levels amongst this offensive line. And when you have those type of gaps, it's tough to run an offense successfully.
All right, let's take our second break. When we come back, we'll talk more Cowboys versus
analogy.
Steelers.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
On Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, speaking of offensive and defensive lines, Baltimore, the Ravens, they play a 3-4 defense. That's the only other team Dallas has played so far that runs a 3-4. The Cowboys totaled a season high of 412 yards in that game. Are they better versus the 3-4, or was that just an anomaly? Can you be better versus a 3-4 than a 4-3? Does scheme matter? Offense, like
just,
I guess
it's the players. The players don't dictate that, bro. The players don't dictate that.
And a large majority of that against the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm not going to say they were garbage yards, but the Baltimore Ravens have had trouble closing out games, and in the fourth quarter, like they've lost 7 games in the fourth quarter when they've been up by 10 points.
Wow. Entering
the fourth quarter. So that was a trend that they're trying to break. Yeah. And the Cowboys caught them at a good, and I don't know if it's a mentality thing for them. They go up and they kind of just take their foot off the brake mentally. Because it wasn't, they literally ran 0 prevent defense in the fourth quarter, the Baltimore Ravens against the Cowboys. So it wasn't like they were just giving up. They was 0% prevent defense in that fourth quarter. So Dak was carving them up, and they were trying to, figure things out. But
it's more personnel than scheme.
It's players.
When you run this type of defense, don't you run a lot of zone behind it, coverages with this type of defense?
It depends, because Baltimore runs a 3-4 defense and ran against us.
Right.
They were high man-to-man coverage.
Right.
They were up over 40%. I think it was like 47% man-to-man coverage against us. So again, it all goes back to the personnel, what the game plan is that week. If I'm Pittsburgh this week, I say, hey, we're probably going to go a lot of man-to-man, and we'll shade the safety over to CeeDee Lamb's side, and we'll just keep pressuring Dak Prescott, and we'll make Flournoy or Tolbert or Ferguson. Someone else will have to beat us besides CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. Like you don't have Cooks. You're gonna have a young wide receiver out there. So I'm saying to myself, let's heat him up. Let's double 88 and see if there's someone else worthy enough to beat us.
Because if you're Pittsburgh, you're saying you can't run against us. You got one guy that we're scared of, and that's 88, like you said. Okay, somebody else come beat us. Here, all right, here's where I don't like Kurt. I love Kurt most of the time. No. But this is where I talk myself into there's no way in hell the Cowboys are winning this week. All right? These are from Kurt. I don't feel good about any of this. Pittsburgh's defense is second in points allowed. They've held opponents to 0 points in the third quarter. Dallas has scored just 16 points in the third quarter. PFF has Steelers D-line ranked number 1.
They active, boy.
They'll be without Alex Highsmith.
Okay.
He's out.
Number 56.
He's out.
Well, okay, but Hayward is ranked the top interior lineman, and Watt the second on the edge.
Yeah. Nice.
And then Pittsburgh's only allowing 3.7 yards per rush, second in the NFL. And Dallas is 30th in getting 3.5 yards versus the rush. So if you're Dallas, do you even try to run the ball? Do you just say?
Yes, you do.
You still got to do it, right?
Yes, you do, because right now, and Jesse, I understand totally where you coming from. Don't run. Bruh. I'm giving you the bruh. I understand that you don't want to run against a wall, and this is a wall. But if you don't run that ball at all and turn this kid loose on our left
number
tackle,
90,
you do not.
So you got to keep him in check?
Yes, sir. Yeah. You cannot turn these people loose on the left tackle. You trying to develop this kid. Every game he comes out with a new spirit. Every game he's young enough and dumb enough to just think that he gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna come out with a new spirit. But if we
ruin him.
Throw this ball 45, 50 times. You know, this ain't for this kid. This ain't not right now.
So even if you're keeping him in check at 2.5 and 3 yards a run, you still got to do that.
You got
to back him off just a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Right?
I either put CeeDee Lamb in the backfield and just run swing pass after swing pass after
by the way,
pass.
CeeDee Lamb has our longest rushing. Has our longest rushing attempt of the year at 12 yards. Yeah. From CeeDee Lamb.
So 4 games in, 12 yards is the longest run that we have?
Yeah, that's the longest run that we have. No. And for Pittsburgh, and I'm a fan of Mike Tomlin, like the person. Like, I like Mike Tomlin. Like, he just comes off as like a guy that I would play for. Like, I would want to play for.
I have a Mike Tomlin story when you get done.
It's not about me. Okay. I was just making sure. It's going to make sure.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
Stay tuned in.
Stay tuned in to find
You
out.
my boy. Take your time. You my boy.
What I love what Mike Tomlin has done with this defense, he's basically said, if we're going to go the Justin Fields route.
Yes.
Defensively, we have to do our major part. I cannot put the game on his shoulders. I need him to be the ultimate bus driver, but I need us to be the ultimate deterrent for us having to rely on Justin Fields. So when you think about what they're doing defensively, like they've taken the Baltimore Ravens approach of, back in the Ray Lewis days when they had what was the quarterback back then? The white guy.
Yeah.
No. Dilfer. Mm-hmm. And it was like, listen, we're gonna get y'all 16 points, 17 points, and the defense is like, that's all we need. And so that's the approach. They're taking that approach. If you can go get us 15 to 17 points, we'll hold these guys under that. And when they don't, they lose. But so I think that's going to be the thing for this defense. They're going to challenge the Cowboys. It is going to be another ultimate strain on the Cowboys to get anything going offensively, because they're predicated on, we are going to be the very best we can defensively, because sometimes our defense is our best offense when we don't have to put all that pressure on Justin Fields to go and be Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. That recipe works well for them.
So my Mike Tomlin story, I may have told it on the show before, but Cowboys, when they played the Hall of Fame game against the Steelers, what was that? Micah's rookie year. So that had been, what, 4 years
21.
ago? 4 years ago? They had this makeshift after the game. There's no the locker room's weird. So they had a step and repeat set up on the loading dock. So all the players on both teams were walking out through the loading dock behind the step and repeat. And it was Micah's first press conference because it was the first game that he played. And he's up there talking. There's a huge media crowd. And Mike Tomlin walks out, and he walks behind the step and repeat, and he realizes it's Micah talking. And, Micah's from Pittsburgh area. Mm-hmm. And so the whole team's, they're walking through to go get on the bus. And Tomlin steps back and behind, out of the way. And Micah's up there for, 5-10 minutes and waits for him to get through. And he says, "Young fella." And he calls him over, and he talks to him for about 5 minutes. And just, he's probably telling him, "Hey, proud of you, go do your thing." And, and for an opposing team's coach to, get a rookie that, and talk to him off to the side like that. And then I just thought that was really cool.
No,
he's a guy's guy, right?
He is. He is, man. And, you don't – when you can coach for that long and –
that consistent. It's unreal.
But never a losing record?
Never a losing record, but you've never heard a guy talk bad about him. Mm-mm. Even Antonio Brown came back around and was like, "That was me." Yep. That ain't Mike. That's me. So to coach for that long and never have a player, and more so have more players defend you and hold up your honor, that says a lot about you as a man. And you can hear guys speak. I heard him speak on the Pivot podcast. And I'm just like, I'll follow this dude. That's a dude that I'll follow. That's a dude that I'll get behind. If he says run through that wall, yes, coach.
He's a dude that will bring you in the office and just, whether he's going to release you or whether he's going to keep you, like he did for Michael, just a little surprise thing. He's going to always.
He won't tell me that.
He won't say. He won't do that what Jason did.
No, he won't tell me that.
He'll probably give you a better reason on why they really releasing you. A lot of times, coaches don't want to give players credit. Mm-hmm. We count the roster quicker than anybody. As a free agent
every week,
man, we'll count.
Every Tuesday, I was like,
they drafted him.
I was checking.
You're going to check the roster, man. And we know injuries affect us more than anybody. Mm-hmm. If you're a fifth and on down guy, you check the roster. You come in the door. Oh, okay, all right. They cut a few, So, but he's
a new guy. He's built kind of like a receiver. Is he a quarterback or a receiver?
Some coaches, I'm telling you, they just, hey, man, this is where we at. We injured over here. We your number didn't fall the right way. We're gonna let you go. Stay in shape. Never know what the next day gonna bring. That 52-1, come on, man. That rah-rah stuff, I don't want to hear that. That's disheartening. When you leave out because you ain't never coming back. How can I come back to this?
Yeah.
You want 52 of me and you didn't cut the other 52 and keep me? Come on, man.
And that goes a long way with players, right?
Yes.
A coach that just tells you, "Hey, man, this is hard for me to tell you, but this is what it is."
Yeah.
And then,
And I, Mike seems like the guy, even leading up before that, he'll pull you to the side and say, "Listen, brother, I need more from you. Here's the deal."
Yes, he will, man.
Here's the deal. You want to be around here? Here's what I need. And if you can't fulfill that, I'm going to have to replace you. I just can't keep you around if you're not doing this or if you're doing well. Hey, man, listen, boy, keep going. We need, keep going. And that's the kind of coach that you appreciate. Like players, we want more of the truth
even
than the fluff.
Hurts.
Even if it hurts. I can deal with more of, listen, brother, you just ain't. You ain't it. You don't fit for what we're doing right now. Hey, you're strong in this area, but man, what we need right now is this, and you're not giving that to us. I can eat that.
Did you have a coach like that?
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick.
And your special team coach.
Oh, Joe D. Yeah, Joe D was like that for sure. But Bill, when I went to New England, Bill was like, "Here's what we need from you. We need da. Can you do that? If you can do that." And then when I got released from New England, he came in there and told me, he said, "Man, listen, boy, we made a hard decision, but we're going to use Aaron Hernandez as our fifth receiver, and we just don't have room for you right now." same thing. He's like, we like you. We think you bring some value, special teams wise, being that fourth, fifth receiver. But we're going this route. We're going to load up on DBs over here, and you just ain't work out for us.
And another Tomlin story. His second Super Bowl. I remember I was riding in Tampa, and because I'd never heard a coach say this, and this is when it started turning towards players running things. And a couple of reporters said, "Hey, Coach Tomlin, such and such from wherever." The players say, "You're a much better coach now. Your second term around." They say, "What do you think of this?" Boy, his eyes, how his eyes is. Them things went extra wide. So first of all, let me tell y'all something. That sounds good, but players don't judge me. I judge them. I decide what's the best. He just went off. And right then, no more questions about, hey, because media has a way of trying to ask those soft, nice questions and leading somebody down a rabbit hole. Coach took it right out of their hands. and that sent a message to the player. He probably, hey, man, don't give me another one like that because Coach just ate me up. you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it looks just like Omar Epps. Go look it up.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. Hanging with the Boys is on Omar Epps.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Derek tried to steal him. I think he did.
Yeah, he did, man. I saw him buttering up to him out of the camp, man. I'm like, come on, Coach.
He got him. That's okay. We'll take that hit.
Yeah.
Fellas, good stuff. Hey, that was some good comments from an asinine dude over there.
Man. 9, 10, and 11.
Hey, Kurt, bring the butterscotch candy tomorrow.
I will.
Jesse, bring the wings on Friday.
Friday.
Way to look out for me, Chris. Chris said he wouldn't give me like Jazz did me.
Thanks
yesterday.
for the cookie.
Don't blame. That's not Jazz's fault.
Thanks for the cookie.
My fault. My bad.
Jazz, Josh, thanks for keeping Chris company in the back. Keep them dubs going on Fortnite, Chris.
Well, you had the biggest laugh yesterday.
Boy, that was some funny stuff right there.
You had the biggest laugh yesterday.
We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place.
We out.
Yes.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this?